This time on Woody's garage. Oh good, we are going to have a campfire.
Yeah, you might be asking yourself, what is all this crap? This is a small dresser that I saw on the side of the road. It was in one piece. When I was test driving the Toyota truck, I saw it and I stopped and looked at it and said, like, that's too far gone, because I was actually thinking of using it inside the house because it was kind of quaint looking. And I said, that's too far gone. Drove home. Thought about it, said like, hey, it might be nice out in the yard over there someplace. So I brought it home, and as I was lifting it on the truck, it kind of broke in half, and then taking it off the truck, it broke in half again, and then carting it down to the backyard, it broke in half again. So yeah, it was a little damp. Didn't have any like mouse residue or anything in it like that. I brushed it off with a brush, and I've been letting it sit in the sun, although there's not a lot of sun today. And I think I'm going to piece it back together, and I don't know to what extent. It's like it's going to be, you know, a lot of like maybe glue, maybe screws, maybe nails. I'm not quite sure what's going to work on it, or if I'm even going to make the drawers functional. Might just be to, you know, put some plants on or something like that. I don't know, but I'm not going to video everything I do because I'm not sure what I'm going to do. This thing is old. I mean, like, those are square nails, you know. And first thing I thought it wasn't that old, because the backing itself is actually kind of like a homosode or something like that. But everywhere there are these square nails. It's pretty cool. So I'll show you parts of it as I'm putting it back together. My progress, I guess. Right now I'm trying to just get the parts together. You know, find things that look the same. I know these guys were kind of like over here, maybe the opposite of that or something, but there are, you know, like 1, 2, 3 on both sides, so that's 6. And I see these 2 here, and I got these 2 that the piece of wood actually fell off, so that it looks like that. They were just glued, they weren't even nailed. But so we'll find it so that we got parts. What's weird is these things, you know, they should all be the same, but you know, they're like different widths, and yeah, they're handmade, but they're quickly made and crudely made, which is pretty interesting. I got like, you know, a whole bunch of those. Who knows what the hell those go to. This is the other side. We'll put it together the best we can. We found our first thing to glue up. This piece on that side there. I'll just clamp it, glue it kind of crudely. Got that clamped up. Looking for a match for this from this side. I think we found it. It looks like the same thing. We'll put that over here. These, I got all the parts together. It's just how do you clamp that up? Something like a big strap. Maybe I'll try one now. There's an old piece of like newspaper stuck in here. It's like there from, I think, when they painted it. You can see these joints are also kind of cheaply done. You know, dovetail joints, but there's only like 3 of them. What's this camera doing? Looks like it's getting weird. Maybe it's just my eyes, I don't know. Yeah, but they're intact enough, so maybe I'm going to try to glue one of these together. I'm like quick sand off the lumpy stuff, the edge, so that they fit together better. And I got some more brushes to kind of clean out where they're going to go together. Get the shit out of there. Yeah, this is interesting too, because it's such a raw piece of wood. You know, not really refined. I think it's just pine. And see how they did the edge here. You know, crudely, but they needed to get this side thin so that it would fit into the drawer. This edge seemed to be done a little bit better. And along the front too. I sanded the edges and stuff like that, and where they go together. The bottom piece in there is definitely warped, which is, will throw things off. It's going to need to be clamped up. It's not glued or anything like that. It's just, this is how all the pieces will fit. And this is the back of it, just a little dark, but you see there's no edging back here. That's why somebody put like screws through the wood and into this to split it. I think they'd be better off not that way. I think it might be good to clamp this bottom piece down and try to get it to unwarp, which it probably won't do. I realized doing the sanding that there it could be lead paint, so I'm trying not to breathe when I do it, and I'm not making a lot of dust anyway. This is the last of the 3 drawers. This was about the only thing I noted. So this one actually has a lock on it, and this was shoved into the middle, which I know is definitely wrong. Because if you look at this is the top, or right the underneath of the top. That's where the lock would go. There's nothing else to show where the lock would ascend into. And what the hell is that? Like some kind of monster is going to come out of that. That's kind of scary. You want to watch me flick it off? What was that? Ooh. I think it's long mummified. You can see this is where an old repair was made. Right here. This side could actually use a repair. I don't know if it's going to happen. 2 different screws in the lock. Lots of repairs here. Both sides.
Why are you doing this again?
Almost all of them are kind of warped like this, especially down here at the bottom, you know. They're tight in the middle and then loose at the ends. And I'm not quite sure if I could ever get that to suck in again. I was thinking maybe to just seal them up, just run a bead of like hot glue or something on them. Once again, this is going outside. Yeah, and I don't want to get too crazy putting it together, and I would like to get it together kind of quick. This one has warped so bad. Like, look at how far out it is right there. What am I doing? So now I'm trying to account for pieces once again, and these 2 are a match. This one has a block. The block is broken on it, and this one you can kind of see the block is broken off. So I went through the blocks that I had. Look at them. I mean, they're like, hey Joe, I need some more blocks. What size? I don't care. Just give me some blocks for Christ's sakes. And this is what you get. But I haven't found one with kind of a break off like that. So, probably fell off the back of the truck or something. Long gone. The other side of these should be like this, with these sticks on them here. You can see the wear marks here. The wear marks here are down below, so this is the opposite side. So we do have some of these sticks. I think we're just going to glue them on. I mean, I can't believe that's all they did was glue them and no fasteners at all. That's what we'll do. They're not glued yet, but we'll take them inside and use some Titebond glue and let them sit overnight. Well, we got things glued up here. And we pretty much used all our clamps up, so we can't glue anything else today. And I think we had a good, look over at what's going on with it and nightmare that it is. And will it ever go back together? I don't know, but we're certainly giving it a try. And I think that try will be like, continue tomorrow. Yeah, it's the next day. And this is how the back, you see this matches up. And both pieces on both sides are split in about the same place. I don't know if those are, where they were two separate boards or whatever. But, I'd like to make some headway on this thing today. It's like, I got other things to do. We got those guys all glued up. You saw them before, and I stuck a nail in them. Okay, in the early morning assessment here, looks like we're missing this match here. I need one for over here. I don't think I have one. You can see that board there. There's another one right there. Got 4 of those things that the drawers run on. That piece, I'm not sure what it is, but it's not that missing piece. I got a couple more of those guys. And I got a nice clan of these awkward rectangles. Of course, these little broken pieces. I was hoping to find like where they went and just glue them on. But I think what I want to do first is this is an extension of the top. Goes right there. I don't have clamps that long. Not quite sure how I'm going to fasten it, but I was thinking maybe straps. I think I'm going to put this side on before that other one. And I found another piece of the puzzle. It goes right there. So we'll glue that up. Yeah, good enough. Think about Titebond. They say it dries in 45 minutes or something like that. I haven't had a lot of luck with Titebond really, but I got it, so I'm using it as much as it's the best. I like Elmer's glue. I think works better. I think I found a match here with this block on here, but it's just like everything I'm doing right now requires more gluing or putting back together before I can do anything else. I threw a drywall screw in there to suck this part in, put some glue in there, and this was detached, so I put some glue in there. Yeah, I got to get rid of this. This is definitely where it broke off. You know how it goes like that, but it's not a really good fit. So I'm going to take the chisel and get rid of that and just glue that thing on there. So these things I think go like this. They are like chamfered on this side to fit into this slot here. And that lines up and that goes to the front, so that sounds good. I have 4 of those. I need 6. That's not good. Somewhat starting to look like something, sort of. Those aren't glued in or anything yet. Now I would like to work on the drawers. The side of the drawer, like I said, is really cupped. And I saw somebody's woodworking channel that said like you put a damp rag on the side that has the dip in it, and that will actually flatten it out. But of course he was talking about wood that isn't 3,000 years old. So I don't know what good it'll do, but I'd like to start putting the drawers together soon. So it does look, in fact, I'll have the bottom ones. These just don't have the guides like that. All they're going to have, this one's missing, is a block here. But they're chamfered just like the other ones. I like that, and the other one that I have is on the back over there. So I'm just going to glue the blocks on. I'm also looking at, like, here's a block here. I'm not sure, those are stops or something, but there should be one here. There's one here. Should be one here. There's one there. There's one there. There's one there. So we got two missing. That side is glued up, and I put screws in it. Like right there, down here. This way to suck it in. Yeah, it's split and stuff, but yeah, these stops are nailed in. Better be right. So I see a lot of shit like this going on. See that nail sticking out? And these nails were definitely not driven home. And I think the reason is because nails back then were not like really manufactured. They were made almost one by one. Well, not really, but, and you know, no two of them are really the same. So, you know, they didn't have a variety of lengths and sizes and stuff. So, you know, instead of pounding them home, they'd say, oh, that's good enough. Yeah, it's still strange how this and the top one aren't as long as these two, but you know, the groove's there, and there's there was definitely a nail going into something here, and I don't think I have this piece. Now I got it. The reason is because of this header piece here. These get nailed into that top and bottom, and that's why those other pieces are shorter. Yeah, we got this side glued in. God, I hope these are right. They don't go the other way around. But hey, I reused one of the square nails. And in fashion, I didn't drive it all the way home. Otherwise, you know, I used the screws again. So at this point, here we have the extra parts that we have not used. They probably go on the drawers. You know, while I got it like this, it would be so much nicer if I could install them with it open rather than reaching in and trying to make things work. That's obviously the back that's got to be put on. That's not going to be hard to put on, but once it's on, yeah, the drawers, will they ever fit? Be heartbreaking if they like don't. Yeah, I figured I'd throw the back on it, and some things line up, some things don't. What I'm seeing, and we're in the dark, that this piece could be like swelled a little too long or something or other, but I think I'd solve a lot of my problems if I took the back off. Has more modernish nails, so okay, now I'm starting to think that maybe the masonite was added later.
You're a genius.
Yeah, the back off, you gain a whole lot of confidence because you can see that, yes, these things do go like this. These are cut that way, that chamfered way. And I'm sure that piece of masonite was just thrown on there like probably in the 50s or something. This thing's probably like, you know, 1900s or something, 1920s. I don't know, but yeah, we can do further gluing from here and assembling. Well, I work quick. Takes a lot of drywall screws, which, you know, kind of kill the charm. And I did use some of the square nails where I could. Glue boots. That with a damp rag. And there it is. I know somebody out there is going like, man, that's fucking ugly. Yeah. I can also start to see pieces like this that are missing. Yeah, beautiful day. A little cool. It's Marathon Monday. Boston Marathon's going on. As a kid, I lived right on the route. I used to get the runner's lemonade. Yeah, we made up some of these as replacements, or ones that we're missing. Okay, I'm making an effort to flatten out these bottoms. Like I'm all wet down, clamped down. I snapped one of them trying to do this, but these two I think should come out good, and we'll have to deal with the one I broke later after we see if this method works. Alright, I'm kind of at a point of burnout today, but yeah, I'm putting a little linseed oil, what's left in that can, on the top. Figure it might be a good finish to kind of waterproof it. It's going to be outside. We got one drawer kind of together. The straps are on it. We kind of de-warped the bottom there, which kind of worked out good. The other one I was de-warping. Well, kind of had to do it again. I think this method is probably going to be better right here. We got some pieces over here. This is the one that is the most spooned. If you can see that, but you can see it's kind of wet there in the middle. I kind of put water on there to try to uncup it a little bit. And then we got various crap kicking around. Still, like, who knows where those go. But I think I'm done for the day. I gotta clean up and stuff like that. And tomorrow it's supposed to rain all friggin' day, so I won't get back to it tomorrow. Alright, it rained yesterday. Today we got it outside, and well, we got one drawer finished. Yeah, looks like crap. Do you think it would slide right in? No. Everything's still so warped. I think I'm going to probably have to sand the sides. This is the one that cracked, obviously. Yeah, we got it glued back together. Doesn't look good there. Looks good every place else, except for the residue, which I didn't bother to scrape off. Yeah, this is kind of the way it goes. You know, you got to put it up on its side, glue it, put a couple of small brads in there, and hopefully it holds, you know, some extra glue in the dovetails so that it takes up room. And you gotta let it dry before you can move on. Unfortunately, it's too wobbly. Same with this one. Look at how warped out that one is. This was what I decided to do. Put a bungee cord on it to hold down that corner. And then hopefully, yeah, sure, we're gonna bend it back and nail it in. I don't know, but that's my hope. What else can you do? The other bottoms that I applied water to and stuff, yeah, they came out pretty straight. Can you see that? Where are we here? Oh, the other bottoms that I put the water on came out pretty straight. I mean, that's not bad. It's not perfectly straight, but it's much better than it was. And that's the back of it there. I'd like to get this finished up. I got too many other things to do, including a muffler on the truck. With a little bit of help, we shimmied it in. Some palm tabs. Hey, look who's here. Yeah, we got a little helper with us. Just goes around and inspects everything. It's just like a penguin in bondage, boing. Oh yeah, oh yeah. To quote Frank Zappa. Yeah, I think this is going to have some warped sides. But it's like, you know, you gotta get them done. This one's kind of far from done. That's the most warped one. Okay. Wait for the glue to dry, I guess all you can do. I went and got more linseed oil. And look at that drawer front. Now I know linseed oil is not supposed to go over paint, but this paint's so damn thin and worn. Even if it sits on top of it, it's going to protect it if it's going to be outside. But right now I'm starting to think, hey, this thing looks good enough that it could sit in the hallway or something. You know, upstairs hallway where it doesn't get used. You just, you know, don't have to use the drawers or anything. Did one side, the top half of this, you can kind of see the difference. It just brings up, it looks like somebody did what they called antiquing, which is, you know, mush a couple of colors together. I don't think this thing needs any more antiquing. Probably worth $1 million in an antique store, right? We got 2 drawers in. No, these drawers aren't really going to function unless you fight with them every time you open and close a drawer. It's kind of sad after all the work, but they're just too warped and gone. Well, looks kind of cool, huh? And we still got this nightmare to finish. This is the top drawer, the one that had kind of the lock in it. Not that the lock's ever going to work or anything, but yeah, I'd really like to get this finished up. Okay, we got our last drawer. This is a top drawer. It's one with a really big spoon in it. I decided to put this inside at the top of the stairs on the 2nd floor. It looks okay. I don't know. I'm not thrilled with it, but I'll have to try to install this drawer. It's also not only spooned that way, it's spooned this way too. So I'm going to sand it off a little bit. It's a really quiet morning and nobody's making any noise, so I don't want to start sanding right away. Yeah, there's a chip taken out of this. We're gluing that back in. Hopefully we can get this out of my face. Well, here we are on the 2nd floor. And here is our dresser. The accordion on top and cuspy sitting on his side there. I had to re-glue the top drawer, and I can't believe it, but this one actually works. Well, it works fairly well compared to the other 2, which are never coming out. Yeah, that's where it's going to sit. And that came out okay. Looks okay. I'm not crazy about it, but complete with my droopy candles. That's what happens in the summertime. They just melt right down. Okay, well, thanks for watching this one. See you later.